Hello everyone, welcome to City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle. Debate about a proposed new stadium for the Atlanta Falcons reaches City Hall. City Talk's Troy Danikis takes a look at the recent round of meetings.
The City Council floor was packed with people as legislators began the first of many discussions on a proposed Atlanta Falcons stadium. The discussion was focused on whether city money should be used to partially finance the new nest. Representatives from several organizations came before council to make their case, including the mayor's office, the Georgia World Congress Center Authority, and the Atlanta Falcons. Members also inquired about the Falcons' current home at the Georgia Dome, its current condition, and the projected maintenance over the next 2 decades. 2 locations have been identified for the new stadium, one just south of the Georgia Dome, the other just north of the Georgia World Congress Center. Many council members stressed that any new stadium should have a tangible benefit to residents in surrounding neighborhoods, with a particular focus on jobs.
The Falcons organization says if a new stadium within the city is not built by 2017, then they will consider moving out to the suburbs. Mayor Reed promises to address the city's infrastructure backlog. That was part of his message at this year's State of the City address. Reed spent the morning touting his 2012 accomplishments and what he'd like to do in 2013. The mayor says he will work to integrate Atlanta Police Department cameras with those of Atlanta Public Schools. The pledge comes in the wake of a shooting at Price Middle School. Reed says he will also begin addressing a $922 million infrastructure backlog.
We have to make critical investments right here and right now. You're going to see me come forward with a proposal for a bond offering that covers the city, and we're at least going to make an investment of $250 million in our roads and our bridges and in our sidewalks across the city spectrum.
After explaining his decision to restructure the city's pension system, the mayor went on to say that a pay raise for all city employees is in the works. A federal grant will help Georgia find housing for 150 individuals who are at risk of becoming homeless. The $4 million grant from HUD and Health and Human Services will offer rental assistance to those with disabilities who earn less than 30% of the median income. Housing agencies will work with Medicaid and the Department of Community Affairs to identify individuals who are at risk.
What we're trying to do is to help people who have mental and physical challenges get a home. Because if they don't get a home, it is highly likely that they will end up on the street and in the emergency rooms and hospitals across the state of Georgia, and their care will end up costing us so much more.
Atlanta has already taken great strides to address the homeless population. Last year, under the leadership of the Innovation Delivery Team, the city found housing for over 300 veterans. And in January, a massive volunteer effort was launched to count Atlanta's homeless population. That data will help the Innovation Delivery Team and its partners find housing solutions for those who are at the greatest risk. On the agenda, the City of Atlanta will install security cameras at city parks and recreation centers. The cameras will help police officers monitor park facilities, swimming pools, recreation centers, and other areas that offer after-school programs. By this fall, the city plans to have cameras in all 11 recreation centers that have after-school activities. The new safety measure is in response to vandalism, thefts, and car break-ins. City officials hope to eventually connect the cameras to the police department's video integration center. The Inman Park neighborhood is celebrating years of fundraising and hard work with the opening of a new playground in Springvale Park.
This park was originally built in the late 1800s when the neighborhood was first started, so it's been around a long time. Today, Springvale Park is home to a modern, state-of-the-art playground that literally took a neighborhood village to build. It was a neighborhood project. I mean, we've been fundraising for about 1.5 years, and neighbors have been supporting this the whole time, coming to these fundraisers and donating money, and the neighborhood association has donated money and been a big supporter, as well as City of Atlanta and then Park Pride. We got a big grant from Park Pride, but the greatest thing the neighborhood did, besides all that support all the way along, was help install the playground.
Community residents point out that the playground makeover is designed to appeal to a wider age range of kids and children with special needs. Adams Park in District 11 has joined the ranks of other national treasures. It is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. It took 4 years, but the Adams Park Foundation didn't give up. The foundation lobbied both state and federal governments to make it happen. Developed as a county park in the late 1930s and named for County Commissioner Charles R. Adams, the park was originally part of a multi-million-dollar program to improve parks and golf courses. The National Register of Historic Places recognized Adams Park for its landscape design. The property has plenty of green space, a lake, a stream, and recreational and community facilities. The Lakewood community has a chance to help shape the future of the Lakewood area, Metropolitan Parkway, and Jonesboro Road. The Department of Planning and Community Development held a workshop for the Lakewood Livable Centers initiative. The seminar included a presentation about land use, transportation, demographics, and market conditions. Participants worked side by side with planning facilitators to brainstorm solutions facing the community and identify both short and long-term goals for housing, economic development, infrastructure, safety, and recreation.
I can't wait for it to be finished. The community, it really created synergy in the community around hopes and plans for the redevelopment of our area. So I'm excited. We've had at least 100 people in the room every time. And so I can't ask for better, and the plan should be finished in the next month or so, and I'm excited about it.
The purpose of the study is to formulate strategies to encourage growth and development in that area. The Bankhead Bank of America closes its doors. Councilwoman Felicia Moore, State Senator Vincent Fort, and community advocates held a public demonstration against the closing of the District 9 branch on Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway. Community leaders say the branch's closing leaves the neighborhood lacking access to reputable financial services, leaving behind payday lenders and check cashing services that offer no long-term financial planning. Councilmember Moore also spoke before Georgia state lawmakers at a public hearing at the Capitol on what community leaders see as a continuation of unfair foreclosure practices still being used in the mortgage loan industry in Georgia. The Atlanta Regional Commission awarded Central Atlanta Progress and the Midtown Alliance $80,000 in grants to spruce up transit stations and to study parking habits. Midtown Alliance will use its grants to improve the area surrounding the Arts Center, Midtown, and North Avenue MARTA stations. Their transit station area enhancement project will focus on roads, sidewalks, and path connections to each station. Central Atlanta Progress will review and update assessments of downtown parking supply and utilization, establish a strategy to educate the public on downtown parking and transportation, evaluate and make recommendations to current city parking regulations and policies, and explore parking revenue concepts and make recommendations for models and mechanisms. That grant is backed by $40,000 from the Atlanta Downtown Improvement District. Mayor Reed joined Congressmen Lynn Westmoreland and David Scott on stage to address the South Metro Development Outlook. The trio served as panelists for the group's annual conference in College Park. They discussed a variety of issues, including federal policies that affect Georgia, economic development surrounding Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and regional employment. The conference is in its 11th year and puts an emphasis on several area counties, including Clayton, Coweta, Douglas, Fayette, Henry, and Spalding. The mayor is the featured speaker at the annual Midtown Alliance meeting. The group gathered at the fabulous Fox Theater to discuss sustainability issues, business, and how that all ties together to Midtown's future. During his remarks, the mayor spoke about the importance of City Hall partnering with neighborhood groups to grow and promote areas of the city.
The city of Atlanta made the decision to sell City Hall East. I know many of you all remember that. It was a 2 million square foot eyesore. Jamestown Properties is developing this 2 million square foot eyesore and transforming it into Ponce City Market, a $200 million private sector investment.
Over 800 people were in attendance. Councilwoman Natalie Archibong pays a visit to senior citizens at Brannan Towers to show her appreciation for their support. The residents had a chance to discuss city services, fellowship with Archibong and speak with Police Major Keith Meadows, who grew up in that area.
And so I wanted you, in case you had not had a chance to meet him, he is our native son. He is a product of East Atlanta. His dad owns Meadows Funeral Home. They live down the street. He's a little bit further. And he is our son, and we are just so proud to have him as our zone commander.
The seniors had a tasty dinner and entertainment provided by Living Waters Bible Church. The Metro Atlanta chapter of the National Forum for Black Public Administrators held its general body meeting here at City Hall. The topic of discussion, the role of local government in cultivating small businesses.
I think there's no tougher job to have than to be a civil servant, working in government, delivering services to citizens every day.
The organization works to strengthen the position of minorities in the field of public administration, to increase the number of African Americans appointed to executive positions in public service organizations, and to prepare younger administrators for senior public management positions. Some lucky preschoolers got a presidential substitute. And Airport General Manager Lewis Miller stops by with info on the world's busiest airport. Stay with us. September 2010, that's when Atlanta welcomed Lewis Miller to Hartsfield-Jackson. As the aviation general manager, his vision for the airport is to provide world-class air transportation services. The world's busiest airport, and in the captain's seat, Lewis Miller. His tenure at Hartsfield-Jackson includes oversight of several critical airport projects like the Jackson International Terminal, which opened on time and within budget.
We'd like to welcome you to Delta's flight number 295, service to Tokyo Narita.
Customer service, efficiency, environmental impact, and fiscal responsibility are always on his to-do list. Miller came to us from Tampa, and here in Atlanta, he continues his tradition of community involvement, serving on several boards and working with quite a few organizations. Aviation General Manager Lewis Miller, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about what we do at the airport and everything, how it benefits the city of Atlanta.
Hartsfield-Jackson was just voted #1 for amenities, and it's known as an airport that accommodates the business traveler. What services does the airport offer that makes it stand out for business passengers?
I think the convenience of the connections, what people really like. When you can get to the airport, you can get from your ticket counter to your gate very, very quickly, and on the way with the people mover system we have. We offer a great, fantastic Wi-Fi system that provides great access to what people want now. We have places for people to plug in their computers and laptops, charging stations to take care of that thing. We have a great selection of shops for people to go to. We even opened the first ever Spanx store in Hartsfield-Jackson a couple of months ago, and it's the first one at any airport. And so it's just giving people an opportunity to shop and buy and do things differently. And so it's they like that. They like the ability to get around, the convenience of it. The business travelers have said, a lot of people have told me and others that I did that when I didn't live here. When I wasn't here and coming from Tampa to go somewhere, I would choose Atlanta to make a connection over another airport such as Chicago or DFW because of its convenience to make that connecting flight, because you don't have nonstop service to other communities. So we work very hard to serve our connecting passengers, and of course origination destination passengers here coming to and from Atlanta as well.
The mayor is very proud of the fact that the airport has increased its air cargo operations. How much of the airport business comes from air cargo?
Well, actually it's a small percentage of our business as far as total revenues, but it's a very important business. Now, a lot of the air cargo coming in and out of Atlanta is in the belly of passenger airplanes. I mean, they carry cargo as well. But we've got 9 of the major international cargo carriers flying out of Hartsfield-Jackson. We just had a commitment Mayor Reed just agreed to, and we're going to build another 100,000 square foot cargo facility to allow the cargo expansion to continue. So it's important to us, and the thing that it really, a lot of people don't think about it, but it's logistics of getting people, not only people, but packages and things that you're shipping to and from. And it's very, very important for our economy. And with what we see with the economic downturn, cargo down, worldwide is down right now a little bit. But in Atlanta, it's not down as much as it is in other places, because we have a lot of outbound cargo, which is very important for us as well. So Inbound's important too, but so is the outbound.
And what do you see in the airport's future when the deepening of the Port of Savannah is completed?
Well, it's going to be fantastic. You bring in what you'll see is the larger ships coming to the Port of Savannah. Coming in from there, it's a very short, you know, whether it's on a truck or a train coming over here to Atlanta, we can redistribute it to anywhere in the United States. We can distribute international flights coming in, so you'll see it's going to make a big difference for both of us, and that's why Mayor Reed, and I'm really pleased he's doing it, has gone out and made such a push for deepening of the Port of Savannah, because it benefits the entire state of Georgia, but it definitely provides a major benefit for the Atlanta metropolitan area and for Hartsfield-Jackson, so something we're looking forward to.
Tell us about the customer rewards program that was recently introduced.
It's called the Thanks Again program. It works very well. It's a program where when you fly, you're going to pay to park anyway. You're going to use maybe food and beverage in a concession shop, or buy something from a merchandise shop, and the things you're doing. This way you can get mileage rewards if you're flying. If you're a Delta, it's not only a Delta frequent flyer, but Delta, American, United, all the others are participating in that as well. So when you pay for your parking with your credit card or debit card, or you pay for something else, you get mileage. You get mileage towards your flying account. So it's a good program. They've tried it at other airports. I can't remember how many airports in the country they're in, but they're in a lot of airports. And actually, the Thanks Again program is based here in Atlanta, so we're very pleased to get them as part of it. But it's all over. So you know, you're flying from here and you may be going to Dallas, for example. Same thing, when you're in there, you spend your money there, you get the Thanks Again rewards program as here. So you just get extra mileage on your card.
Lewis Miller, thank you so much for being here.
You bet.
Spelman College has a special exhibit on display in its Museum of Fine Art. Back in a moment. There's a group of very lucky young kids in Decatur. 4-year-olds at College Heights Early Childhood Learning Center got to meet the President of the United States. Mr. Obama toured the public preschool to promote his plan to expand access to free early childhood education.
Education has to start at the earliest possible age, and that's what you have realized here in Decatur.
And President Obama knows this to be true because he saw it firsthand when he paid a visit to a preschool in Decatur.
This is sort of like I Spy.
In his State of the Union speech, the president singled out Georgia as the state that is doing it right when it comes to educating children.
In City Schools of Decatur, we have a model that I think is incredibly powerful, where we start at birth. So we have an early childhood learning center where we have kids that come in before pre-K.
Study after study shows that the earlier a child begins learning, the better he or she does down the road. The kids we saw today that I had a chance to spend time with in Mary's classroom, they're some of the lucky ones. Because fewer than 3 in 10 4-year-olds are enrolled in a high-quality preschool program. And that's why I proposed working with states like Georgia to make high-quality preschool available to every child in America.
Hope is found in what works, and what he saw at the Decatur preschool works.
I think that's powerful. The sooner we can work with kids, the better.
The president acknowledges that while the kind of top quality preschool programs he's proposing are expensive, he says the size of your paycheck shouldn't determine your child's future. In celebration of Black History Month, the City of Atlanta and the Department of Human Resources invited noted Morehouse scholar Marcellus Chandler Barksdale to lead a discussion entitled 3 Themes in African American History: Confrontation, Identity, and Integration.
Those are 3 major themes that run through the history of black folk in this country. Confrontation has to do with the fact that we have had to protest. We've had to force the system to accord us our rights.
Dr. Barksdale has taught at Morehouse for over 30 years, where he presently serves as the Director of African American Studies.
So our history starts 20 million years ago. That's a lot of time to cover, 20 million years. When we teach African American history, however, we start there, but we jump quickly to the ancient age in African American history. And we start with the great civilizations that were created.
Professor Barksdale is currently writing the 150-year history of Morehouse College, which will be celebrated in the year 2017. And Morehouse's sister school, Spelman College, with a new exhibit on display at its Museum of Fine Art. Lainey Thomas has that story.
Founded in 1881 as the Atlanta Baptist Female Seminary, Spelman College in Atlanta is America's oldest historically black college for women. A global leader in the education of women of African descent, Spelman College is also home to the only fine art museum in the country dedicated to visual art made by and about women of the African diaspora.
Our current exhibition is Multiple Choice Perspectives on the Spelman College Collection. Some of the women artists that we will feature in Multiple Choice Perspectives on the Spelman College Collection include Nandipa Mantambo, an artist who's based in South Africa, Carrie Mae Weems, Maria Magdalena Campos Pons, Sheila Pre Bright, who is based in Atlanta, also Iona Rosiel Brown.
Established in 1996, Spelman College Museum of Fine Art is consistently recognized for its visionary leadership and for broadening the impact of visual art in Atlanta, the region, and beyond. Multiple Choice Perspectives on the Spelman College Collection, on view now through May 18th. Spelman College, the legacy lives on.
Women Flying High held its quarterly meeting with Mayor Reed. The gathering gave the mayor and this entrepreneurial group of women an opportunity to discuss female and minority-owned business issues.
We wanted to let him know how women business owners are doing when it comes to the ones who are actually doing business with the city of Atlanta.
To ensure economic growth and positive, sustainable change within these specific business communities, the city of Atlanta, for the past 3 years, has contributed over $329 million to female-owned businesses and over $686 million to minority-owned businesses. Here at ATL 26, we're working to give you better access to city government. We'd love to hear from you. Send your questions or comments to citytalk@atlantanga.gov. City Talk is on air and online. Catch us right here on ATL 26, on YouTube, and on our website, atlantanga.gov. Councilman Kwanzaa Hall's Keep It In Town campaign takes us to lunch in downtown's fairly popular district. That's next. Where can you see Ethiopian contortionists, Caribbean stilt walkers, and dancing elephants all under one roof? Well, only one place, and that's under the big top of the Universal Circus, and it opens its 20th season right here in Atlanta.
This is actually my first time coming to a circus.
My favorite part was the stilt walkers. I thought it was great. It was the best show I ever seen, better than the years I came here.
Zeke is the sidekick in the show. He's been a cast member with this circus for 19 years. He says the secret to the show's longevity is
giving them first-class quality acts, keeping the price reasonable, bringing world-class performers from around the world, putting a mixture of hip-hop, gospel, salsa, different variety of music. It's interactive. It's something where you could bring the whole family. You could be 3 years old to 103-year-old, and there's something in it for you.
When it comes to restaurants and businesses, Councilman Kwanzaa Hall says keep it in town. Hall takes us to the Fairly Poplar district. Experiencing the sights, sounds, and smells of Fairly Poplar is like an international journey. The district is in the heart of Atlanta with Georgia State and 5 Points. It has some of the best international dishes, from Vietnamese to Mediterranean and Turkish to Italian.
You know, in Georgia State, going from so many part-time students to so many full-time students that are here during the day, the energy that exists is amazing. The lines in the restaurants during lunch are fun. They're quick, but they're fun.
For some of the greatest cuisine in Metro Atlanta, head over to the Fairly Poplar district right here in town. The City of Atlanta has online services available to make doing business with the city a little easier. On our website, you can pay water bills, municipal court citations, parking tickets, and apply for permits. Atlanta's list of online services will continue to grow as the city strives to identify more opportunities to provide access to government services via the internet. For a full list of online services, visit our website at atlantagA.gov. Thank you for watching City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle.